Hey guys, Crypto G here, back at it and back presenting facts and stats for your benefit. So here we are again at another juncture. Alt season is officially here, yes. But heed this warning. Many more ingeniously crafted AI blockchain never done before opportunities will be heading into your matrix, and you will likely be hypnotized by the ridiculous returns and seamless flow of bullshit from MLM affiliate disciples like Shiba, Swerve It Joe, Carl, Should Know Better Miller, Lucky K.eth, they just love doxing themselves with ENS handles, and of course the disgraced ex-judge Grace ZKO. ZK stands for Zero Knowledge. Others, however, have moved on in the last year, partly because the promised bridge / P2P exchange never materialized. A promise that lives in the morrow and after the next product. In simple terms, that means they just couldn't get any value assets off Chavez's Mickey Mouse network, and so fucked off looking for the next big thing. Most of them bumping into other scammy, bullshitty projects with Ponzinomic ROIs and promises of unsustainable and downright fictional returns, all mindlessly luring their own disciples in with the old classic, the bank will only give you 3 to 4% annually, we'll give you 78% passively, when they should in reality be alert to any sign or sound of any discrepancy that may affect their invested flock. And of course many others have been exposed by our Admiral into realising they have actually been hoodwinked. Funny how a bit of DEHEC science goes a long way. Well, far enough to help you spot the obvious fraudsters, let's say. But after all this, Shavez is still at it. After not only dancing around liquidity issues and drowning servers, but flirting with ischemic brain death brought on by an acute bout of kiwi-itis, or perhaps the guilty man's burden. But he also skipped uncomfortably through a short interview with a journalist from Bloomberg who was investigating Scammius Lee and the ever-infesting Dubai Ponzi scene. I just wish we could get our hands on the editor's cut. I wonder what other questions she put to your Lord and Savious Shavez Siddiqui. Or is it Shavez.hcash? Remember Hcash, anyone? Anyone? Yes, that's it. The first token in the hyper ecosystem before Molecular Future, MOF, arrived. Created by Lee and Zhu, but built by Shavez.eth and his Lucknow crew at Eureka Info Solutions. Want proof? Well, unfortunately, you will need to ask him. But he often doesn't like those sorts of questions, which is why we should pressure him on this. Transparency is key. And the Hcash block scan looks very familiar. Very similar to the Bitcoin code one though, doesn't it? Oh, that's not very good. That looks familiar too. And Shavy Boy was also involved in the foundation of Hyper One, as exposed in the Hyper Affair and Shavez series that I did, where we did a deep dive into the CORP wallets. If you haven't already, then I suggest you do. Check out the playlist below. We also have OSINT video verification on these wallets, proving that this is genuinely true and factual. The Avengers rock. So I think he and his tech crew in Lucknow, India, have been along for the ride since HyperTech and Hcash first launched in 1819. But what bothers me most about all of this is the sheer blatant lying by not only Shavez, but all his little shavlings. Joe and Chantel just use Shavez as a god shield. He can do no wrong. If you aren't convinced by now, all that sort of guff. Carl pretends not to realise that this isn't a blatant Ponzi and is making the most of it whilst he can, no doubt throwing his hands up in the air and saying, well, I didn't know, like he did when he joined the Bureau of F in Dalversal, another collapsed hyperlinked project, under the management of another turd called Jonah and an OG whale and crypto founder called Neo Wang. Now, this is a thread worth following if you're brave enough and want answers. Jonah got himself $1 million house out of it, though, so it wasn't all a waste, eh? And this guy, David Golem Broomberg, I'm telling you, Danny, I remember his name. This guy from the Financial Freedom team even said that commissions come directly from the packages when asked.
Where the money comes from for all these rewards, that'd be really good to clarify for everyone.
The staking, from staking in that Alpha AI, there is the money coming from. I think in a few days, weeks, we have that Alpha AI, the wall, then you can see all the trades going on. So that wall will be visible. That is what Shavez told us. And, the commission, direct commissions is coming from the paying of the people, Very simple. If you bring in a person, you get 10% of the $500. It's not coming from out of thin air. It's coming from the $500.
But you guys all know this, right? So perhaps you just don't care and are happy to financially abuse other people's trust in you. Well, good luck with that. Anyway, before I head off into another rant, let's focus and look at the current Shavez creation, 3FO and Alpha AI. The next world-breaking AI-driven trading brain. One that generates a yield. Yeah, for Pete's sake, man. This yield in Ethereum is credited into the 3FO dashboard every Wednesday for life.
Today is a very special day, and every Wednesday for the rest of our lives is going to be very special to us, especially for the BTCC maximalists, for the BTCC believers, because every Wednesday you will receive yield that comes against your BTCC. And this day is very, very close to my heart. So Wednesday is the day when you get paid, and I feel very grateful and happy and proud that we built this together.
Note that it is important to highlight this digital credit shown on your dashboard is Web 2 and is not an actual on-chain event, which we will see when we dive into the on-chain data later. Later. This yield can then be withdrawn as ETH into one's own self-custody wallet, such as MetaMask or centralized exchange. Tempting, right? Well, remember they have control of your assets, not your keys, not your coin. Now, offering a real value token like Ethereum as the payout solution is predictably a strategy Shavez had to provide at this point to stimulate some momentum, as it seems nobody wants to buy into their proxy ETH token called BTCC anymore. The next Bitcoin 2.0 more like. The users just want a way to sell it. So by offering up a way for the community to use their imprisoned token by combining it with $500 of ETH under the label of staking, cunningly entices those enslaved to bring new assets into Chavez's Corp account. Remember, no Solidity contract in sight here, just saying. This promo, however, does upset the maths here and will accelerate the deprecation of funds in the Corp wallet by a factor of at least 2. Now, apparently Alpha AI and 3FO is better even than Boomerang, which is lucky because Boomerang was a complete disaster and total failure, confirmed by the Corp's decision to halt the program and offer a refund. Wait for it. Yes, you've got it in bloody BTCC. I have to highlight at this point, though, the Avengers taught Boomerang a totally new AI hole back in 2023. With Agent Susie, Jim Bob and Larry, of course, diligently scraping names, trawling WAS community groups and Zoom calls for wallet addresses and other useful intel we could analyse. Which, whilst the Admiral skillfully rehypothecated my USDT to fish the Boomerang Corp payout wallets. You are unique, Danny. You are the only wallet outside of the Boomerang and WAS network that has put money into that contract address.
Well, when I think about this, won't it be really funny when they go, "Hey, let's investigate this. We've had a breach," and they find out that somebody has paid money into the platform, and they find out it's the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger.
What do you think? What do you think if they asked a group of if they have a team, they asked a group of who do you think it is that sent?
Yeah,
I can just see how this bad movie plays out now. That it gets transpired on this movie that Boomerang is actually a scam. It's not real. And they arrest all of the perpetrators, and, you know, it's been a sting operation, and they go into this building and they take all these people out in handcuffs and blah, 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 blah. But then just as we're watching it, there's a big knock at Danny's door. And he gets arrested. He goes, "What the hell? You contributed to the scam. We've got evidence that you put money into the wallet that was used."
Oh, yeah. I get done for the scam. Oh, this was the plot. This is the exit strategy. And they win.
Best fun with his pants on at the time, I believe. I even slayed the dragon. Proving that the trading was fake and the payouts happened when Corp funded the withdrawal wallet with assets taken directly from the license purchases.
Remember, the last transaction. We want to know about the last transaction.
Colonel Rob even found one line of code with over 250,000 characters in it. One line, most unusual and not very elegant from a coder's perspective, and which turned out to be the fake trading payment percentages for the various token pairs and flash loan amounts, spawning one of my favourite all-time YouTube shorts.
I concentrated to test just few pairs. For one pair in the same trade size, I always get the same profit. I can actually predict the profit for each pair, and I'm 100% right. Aave with Ethereum, profit 0.129. Again, the same profit. The same profit. Profit 0.432. Another 432. Do you see my screen well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I tested this quite a lot, and I'm a little bit shocked. Looks like all this manipulated. Question for Shavez. I understand.
I think it's more a question for Powell.
For who?
He's the owner of Boomerang. Mark.
Yes.
We know. We've seen this since day one.
Okay, so this is not new then, of course.
Absolutely not new.
So we don't have to worry about it.
Until it goes live and it doesn't change, I would not worry about it. All these are controlled by the scripts, and we're still in the beta scripts.
Yes.
So if we were to look at the asset flow from users' wallets to 3FO and the asset flow from 3FO wallet to users, we should see something in the middle. We should be able to see the Alpha AI trading activity or the on-chain asset transfer to and from dedicated liquidity pools. We should be able to see the staking contract and access the Solidity interface on Basescan, or at least see the growth of the ETH holdings in the Corp wallet from somewhere other than the user's $500 or multiples of ETH, right? So let's have a look, shall we? I thought we could use Lucky's wallet as we have that one verified, luckyk.eth. There it is. And if you go to transactions, click on filter scam, and boom, there it is, the Corp payout address ending CABC for the yield. Transactions, filter scam, only 747 transactions to date. And if we scroll down, you can see payments out to Binance users, Mexi, and some leaders. That one's Carl, CoinW, and then LuckyK.eth. So we know this is the Corp 3FO payout account. Now, if we throw this address into the block scanner, we should be able to see where the funds for this withdrawal wallet come from. There we go. Boom. So all payout funds are coming from the 3FO Corp deposit wallet, which ends D829. Almost identical to the pattern we saw on chain with the Hyperfund system. Users wallets, user deposits dollars, Corp scrapes the Corp sends the dollars to the withdrawal wallet, and then the Corp distributes back to the user. It's the perfect example of circular money flow. Oh, and not forgetting the repeated ETH payments out to Nobi, as I like to call it, all of which go through a step router to change now, never to be seen again. So I'm not sure how much more confirmation you need to prove that this Shavez guy is point blank lying to you about the yield. There is no staking contract here, there is no AI trading mechanism involved, and the tokenomics are blatantly Ponzinomic, all there on chain for you to see. He's lying to you. And if you still don't believe me, send him this, ask him for a full explanation of this invisible yield generation. And claiming I don't understand just isn't cutting it anymore. The on-chain data is pretty clear, and if they don't stimulate more fresh ETH very soon, hence the 3 times daily presentations and the burning rubber smell coming from the leader's boots, it could all be over in the next month, as there isn't much juice left in the tank, especially with Lucky taking it all, including her sub account. Oh, and don't forget that every token disposal or swap is a taxable event. HMRC will be on the rampage from January 2026. You are likely to have breached your 3k allowance by the looks of things, Mrs. Lucky K. Oh, and perhaps some of the India team might like to follow up on the Eureka Info Solutions link and ask Mr. Moed Fardeen about the yield if Shavez doesn't answer you. So I suggest if you have already committed, keep a very close eye on the asset holdings in this Corp wallet, as when this goes to zero, the withdrawals will stop. Anyway, I've gone on way past my 4 minutes and genuinely wish you safer crypto travels than the one you are leading your fellow mates into currently. Do the math, as Jack Black would say. The higher the return, the shorter the duration. There just isn't enough global liquidity to sustain even 20% per annum, which is why the banks and bond yields don't offer it. And don't let the "well, it's crypto" line fool you. High return investment and trading strategies are possible, yes. They just don't last long, and you need to be nimble. Anyway, that's probably enough from me. Go and have a look yourself. Links to the Corp wallets are in the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe and share if you enjoyed the content and you think there may be some value for you or someone else. And maybe you've come here off the back of being solicited by someone in the 3FO affiliate marketing system. Well done you for doing your due diligence. You saved yourself from losing some money. Go and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Cardano or Solana or AVAX or any number of the top 100 BNB, but don't put your money into these MLM schemes and platforms that are just using crypto because it's fast and it's efficient, it's cheap, and it's very effective and easy for them to use it as payment rails. So save yourself the loss. It's painful when you do, and see you on the other side. Crypto G out.